Welcome to and I'm going to say the word wrong, Immaculate Conception of a Table Read. We're reading Jane the Virgin. So it's a fun show if you haven't checked it out. I'm a guy. I like this show too. Okay, guys can like these shows. So I've only seen a few episodes. I know some others here have watched all of it and love it. Whether you watched it or not, we're going to read it and we can see what you guys think about it. Comment what you think about it. But first, we're going to meet these amazing actors and readers, and we're going to go around the Hollywood squares here, starting up in the corner, co-host Angel Peterson.
Hi, I'm Angel Peterson, and I'll be reading for Louisa. And I just finished my first draft of the script that Morgan got me in touch with the person who hired me. So getting there. Part one done.
Connections going all throughout the table reads. We were just talking about some of that before we went live, and maybe we'll talk about it more in a little bit.
Yeah.
But continue, Angel. What else do you do? So you finished a feature script.
Yes.
Is this your first? Have you done more before?
Oh, yes. I did a spec script a couple years back. And then I wrote one for somebody. Apparently it's in pre-production, but I haven't looked into it in the last, I don't know how long. I think it's been in pre-production for like a year. So, and you can find me on various, not streaming. No. Where can you find me? Various social media platforms. Pardon?
Yeah, social media. I said, you're right, streaming on YouTube. They find you here.
I guess so, yes.
But yes, continue. We're also on social media.
Angel CDP for most things.
Angel CDP.
ANGEL, not ANGLE, which is angle. So that's that.
All right. After she does a few more drafts of the script, you guys hire her to do a new one.
Yeah, you can hire me now.
Many of the crew we have here are not only great actors, but also writers. And next, we welcome a newcomer, Jessica Swanson. Did I say that right?
Swanson.
Okay. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm a writer. I write books. Well, I have a book out. I have a book coming out. My first book is called TV for Me, and it's about my life. And then the second book is called The Forgotten Princess, and it's a fairy tale, and it's original. It's about these two sisters, and before you say anything, no, it's not Frozen. Nothing to do with Frozen. Totally different story. So I had fun writing it. It's taken a couple of years, and I'm editing it, so it's gonna be out.
Awesome. If people want to find you or read some of your stuff, how do they reach you?
Well, actually, I am on Facebook, Jessica Swanson. I am also on Instagram, the beautiful one too. So beautiful, ONETWO.
All right, cool. Thank you for that. And next we have Roxanne.
Hello, I'm Roxanne Armstrong. I'm an actor here in Central Alberta, and studied a lot of theater, done a couple short films, playing around with some improv right now. I'm also a social marketer for a health and wellness company, so I'm all over all the social medias. And I am reading as the narrator tonight. I have 3 small dogs, and hopefully they behave through this. If not, I apologize. I'm on Facebook as Roxanne Armstrong and on Instagram as Roxanne.
All right. And thank you for taking on the narration, even on top of all the roles you had at the last minute. So thank you. And we have Vicki Dykes.
Hello, I'm Vicki Dykes. I live in Central Alberta. I'm an actress, and right now I'm taking a very intensive improv workshop for the next 8 weeks, and it's really, really good, really fun. I'm looking forward to the future. And tonight I am reading for Alba, that's Jane's grandma. I'm Dr. Spinoza and Magda and a couple of other characters.
Awesome. I look forward to hearing to the after discussion later. Hopefully you share a little bit more about the improv that you're doing at that time. So, but cool. Also, where can people find you, Vicky, if they want to?
I forgot about that. I'm on Instagram. I'm Yoga Grandma 7, and I'm also on Facebook under Vicky Dykes.
Awesome. And next we have another newcomer with an awesome voice. We welcome Peter Leach.
Oh yeah.
No pressure.
Never did acting, did public speaking, a fair bit of that. The only thing I've been even close to this is I looked into doing some voice work a while back, but then school happened and that kind of took priority. I'm just getting my RMT right now. I've been a personal trainer for the last 12 years. Yeah, that's kind of the particulars right now.
Do you have any socials that you would want people to find you on if they want to hire you for voice work after hearing this?
I'm on Instagram under Combined Power.
Sweet.
Yeah, I lift heavy things. That's probably the easiest way. But yeah, just Angel introduced me to this and said, "Do you want to try?" I said, "Why not? Give her a go."
Thank you for being willing and trying and coming here. We appreciate it. And next we have Morgan Toll.
Hey guys, I am Morgan. I am a voice actor in Los Angeles. Also the talent executive at Streamily.com, which is a really cool company. We do live stream autographs and Q&As for celebrities. You can find me on Instagram at Morgan Elizabeth Toll.
All right. And next we have Erin Lillis.
Hello. I am a voice actress in Los Angeles, and I can be heard weekly on the No Sleep podcast, which is I think the number 1 or number 3, top 3 at least, horror podcasts in the world, or at least the US.
Wow.
I shouldn't say the world. We don't speak any other languages. And you can find more about me at erinlillis.com, which at the moment will direct you to my link tree.
Awesome. And last but not least, it's even a main character role again, Heather Lee Cameron.
My name is Heather Lee Cameron. I'm an actor. I'm a voice actor. I'm a writer. I'm a freelance journalist. I'm an independent filmmaker, and I'm a family history research student from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, but I can legally live and work in the United States of America as well. I'm going to be playing Jane and young Jane. You can find me, my work on Facebook under Heather Lee Freelancer and YouTube under the Storm and Latter-day Saint. I'm on a bunch of social media links. I'm happy to share them with you. There's just a lot of them. I'm on the actors pages. I'm on IMDb. I've been in several things, which I'm more than happy to share. I've been entertaining and writing since I was quite young. And I'm in my mid-30s, even though I don't look it. And I'm more than happy to do work for you if you want me to do work for you. And
Are you by chance ODS? Latter-day
Yes.
Saint? Oh, I'm Latter-day Saint.
Yes, I'm very happy to be Latter-day Saint. It's how I build my work, and I don't do anything that is against my standards, actually. And I'm very proud of my religious identity. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Actually, this is how I ended up getting the role tonight. I actually made a joke about, should I just be the Virgin, or is that typecasting? And they actually cast me as Jane the Virgin. So I am very proud of it. I personally don't believe in having sex before marriage, but I know that's not everybody's beliefs, and I respect people's individual beliefs and their right to have those beliefs, and I have my beliefs. So that's what it is.
And you
Everybody
mentioned
has the
that-
right to their own beliefs.
And you mentioned you have lots of things for people to get to your links, and on our YouTube page, there's somewhere where you can share channels, and you might have to scroll over one, but Heather is there, and I think it's Storming Latter-day Saint as her
Yes.
YouTube channel there. All right. Well, that's the introductions, and everybody will get a chance to talk more. Hopefully, first we focus on the script first, on the after discussion, and then we can veer off from there. But we're going to get started. Angel is going to share her screen, and then Roxanne will take us away.
There you go.
I'm just gonna make sure my sound is off on my phone so that my
Smart,
daughter
smart.
doesn't get us while we're in the middle of this. Okay.
We can all check that. Yeah.
All right, Jane the Virgin, written by Jenny Snyder Ehrman.
Oh, sorry.
A white screen, bright light, and then we see the cursor blinking as typed across the screen, prologue. As the words dissolve and the camera begins to pull back, we hear a sexy male voice, English by way of Venezuela, by way of Telenova sexy.
It's you, Peter.
Is that me? Okay. Apparently I missed one. All right. Our story begins 13 and a half years ago.
Camera widens to reveal the white is a petal of a flower. The flower is in the hand of a young girl, Jane, age 10.
When Jane Gloriana Garcia was a mere 10 years old.
Interior Jane's childhood bedroom. Jane is a solemn, staring at someone as yet unseen. As we continue to widen slowly on Jane.
It should be noted that at a mere 10 years old, Jane's passions include, in no particular order, her family, God, and grilled cheese sandwiches.
Reveal Jane's grandmother, Alba, 50s, religious, nurturing, and intimidating at once, staring at her.
Look at the flower in your hand, Jane.
As a dutiful Jane studies the flower.
This is Jane's grandmother, Alba Gloriana Garcia. Her passions include God and Jane, in that particular order.
In subtitled Spanish, indicated by italics, Alba instructs her granddaughter.
Notice how perfect it is, how pristine. Now, mija, crumple it up.
A female voice interrupts. Really, Mom? Angle on, Imora Gloriana Garcia, lying on the bed forward. XO pronounced so, is 25, tight Miami clothes, bleached blonde hair.
Shh.
But this is so lame.
Mommy, shh.
Oh, Zoe is Jane's mother. Jane gives her a warning look. Zoe feels badly. She turns back to Alba, indicates continue. Alba nods, then she turns back to Jane, serious.
Crumple the flower, Jane.
Obediently, Jane closes her fist, crumples the flower. When she opens her hand again, the flower is destroyed. Juice leaking out, petals already turning to brown.
Good. Now, try to make it look new again. Go on, try.
Jane tries, but the flower is clearly ruined.
I can't.
That's right. You can never go back. And that is what happens when you lose your virginity. You can't ever go back.
Zamora rolls her eyes, but Jane is oblivious, staring at the flower, absorbing this bombshell as...
Never forget that, Jane.
And as we push in on the flower, holding on it for a beat.
And Jane never did.
And now we pull back from the flower, which is a frame in Jane's room in the present. Interior, Jane's bedroom, the present. The same room, but now a 23-year-old Jane lives here. And she is currently in a bra, making out, grinding, dry humping with her boyfriend, Michael. 26, blue collar sexy. Typed on the screen, 13 and a half years later. A beat. Then, now. Heavy breathing, grinding.
We should.
I know.
His hand is up her skirt, a bit more kissing, grinding. Jane looks up at the flower. She's breathless.
Stop. We should stop.
Neither wants to, but still they do, as typed on the screen. Jane, the virgin. Michael leans back for a beat as Jane starts to get dressed. At 23, Jane is a good girl, hardworking, practical, a girl with a plan. Jane pulls her skirt on and sees Michael staring at her, smiling a little.
What?
Even now, even when I'm this frustrated, I really love you, baby. In like, I can't imagine my life without you kind of way.
Jane bursts out laughing. He's looking at her. She realizes he's not laughing. She stops, smiles, tries to correct.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Really? The laughing?
I'm sorry. It was so over the top. I thought you were kidding.
I know. I was having a moment. I'm allowed to have a moment.
I know. I'm sorry. You know I'm not good with all that corny stuff.
It wasn't corny.
Sorry. You know what I mean. That was sweet, what you said. And I love you and all that stuff too.
She kisses him. He kisses her back. Pre-lap with romantic music starting. Building. We match cut. Interior front door. The romantic music is swelling as Jane and Michael are now kissing at the front door. As they separate, she hands him something.
Don't forget this.
His detective badge. Michael grins, takes it from her. One last kiss, and then Jane closes the door and heads into the living room as the romantic music swells. Interior living room, continuous. Jane enters.
Hey, at least turn it down.
The source of the music, a telenovela. Scrolled on screen, the passions of Rubio. Alba, now late 60s, wearing a maid's uniform, is watching along with Zamora. At 39, Zoe looks like she's 29 and dresses like she's 19, as Alba lowers the volume on the TV.
I was letting you know that it was starting. Oh, eat your grilled cheese, mija.
Mom, she doesn't have to watch if she doesn't want to.
Of course I'm watching you guys. Got me hooked on these things.
As Jane sits down on the couch with her mom and grandma.
But you should know telenovelas have completely ruined romance for me.
Shh.
The credits have ended. On screen, a man's back is to us. He's on a boat looking out on the water with a beautiful blonde woman. This is Rubio, an incredibly handsome telenovela star, 40, in subtitled Spanish.
Despite the circumstances, there's one thing I know. We were meant to be, my love.
Zoe glances at Jane. Jane feels her gaze.
What?
Nothing. Eat your grilled cheese. Zoe and Jane turn back towards the television and we push onto the TV. On Rubio looking out at the water. Pushing past him into the dark of the water, the music swelling. Then we're zooming off the water to establish South Beach night, the Art Deco, the heat, the sex. Exterior, El Dorado Hotel. Oh, a hotel in the style of the Fontainebleau. Fabulous, expensive, exclusive. And we climb up, up, up to exterior El Dorado Hotel, penthouse balcony, where we find a man, his back to us, looking out at the Atlantic. Same tableau as Rubio. Meet Rafael Solano, 31. At first glance, he looks like a handsome, rich playboy type, which he definitely was.
Raf, babe, are you all right?
He turns to find his wife, Monica, the most gorgeous girl you'll ever see. She seems incredibly devoted to Rafael.
Yeah, fine. Just thinking.
Worrying about the hotel.
No, but he's not up for a longer conversation. He turns to her, nods. She tries to console him.
If anything goes wrong, your father will help out.
She means this to be encouraging. It's not. She sees that.
Oh, stop. You know who feels bad about taking money? People who have too much.
He smiles a little. She moves closer.
That's better. See, you just need to relax.
Before he can reply, she starts to kneel down, dropping out of frame. Oh, as Raphael begins to relax, we cut to a round mouth putting on bright red lipstick, widened to reveal Monica. Interior Monica's dressing room, in front of a mirror, a voice behind her.
You're starting to seem desperate.
Reveal Magda in the mirror's reflection. Way too much plastic surgery. She's got that Catwoman look. Her face has been ruined. This is Monica's potentially clairvoyant mother.
I don't blame you. Your husband doesn't love you anymore.
This hits Monica in the gut, not wanting to believe it.
You're wrong, Mother.
It's all right. Tomorrow will change everything.
I haven't decided whether.
You will.
And off this declaration, interior service locker room in the El Dorado. Jane is putting her things in the locker next to her childhood best friend, Lena. Trashtastic with a humongous heart and an even more humongous temper. There are 5 to 6 other female waitress bartenders changing in here. We'll meet them later. Right now, Jane and Lena are mid-conversation. Maybe Michael's gonna propose. My sisters say guys get all cheesy before they propose.
No way. We have a timeline. I don't have my teaching certification yet. We only just merged our Google calendars.
You've been dating 3 years and you haven't had sex. He might move up your Google timeline. You'd say yes, right? If he asked? A beat. Then Jane nods. The girls share a smile. Sorry, 1 second.
I'll continue. Exciting. But before they can continue, there's a knock on the door.
Everyone decent?
But he doesn't wait. Just enters. Meet Roman Zazo.
Handsome, charming dog. He talks fast and smiles faster. Robert Downey Jr. 15 years ago. Since we're dreaming. Who are you? Zaz moves through the room, holding cocktail straws, indicating that each girl should choose one.
Roman Zazo, but everyone calls me Zaz. I work for the management company that just bought the hotel. You could think of me as, say, your new boss. Okay, pick a straw, please. Pick one, keeping in mind you have nothing to worry about as long as you're outstanding at your job. A straw, please. Which benefits all of us, seeing as we all have the same goal here, that goal being to make bank, okay? Let's see those straws.
The girls open their hands. Jane is holding the short one. Zaz smiles at her, all charm.
What's your name?
Jane.
The other girls, but everyone calls her Jazz. The other girls laugh, even Jane. Zaz doesn't miss a beat.
Congratulations, Jazz. You're in the canoe.
And off Jane. What canoe? Exterior, the El Dorado nightclub pool. Find Jane wearing a bathing suit, serving drinks from a small canoe in one of those gigantic resort-like swimming pools in the middle of a spectacular and decadent party. In fact, there's a theme of the party, spectacular and decadent. A shirtless, hunky waiter, surfer dude, Derek, sits behind Jane, paddling. She's miserable as she floats around, trying not to spill, after a near miss to Derek.
Really? You think this is okay, that we have to do this?
No. Yeah, I know. Do what? Poor Derek. He's not the brightest. Jane shakes her head as we pull out for a wide, establishing the scope and breadth of this party before zooming elsewhere. Finding Raphael. He's sitting on a settee, round, tufted, with a high back cutting it in half so that 2 separate groups of people can sit on it. Raphael is in conversation with his sister and best friend, Louisa, 32. They're mid-conversation.
Raph, if you're not happy, end it.
It's hard. Monica stood by me.
I know, but you don't owe her your whole life. Look, you changed. I mean, of course you did. If you didn't change, I'd be worried about you. And you know what? It's a good thing that you were a douchebag before. As your sister, I can say that. Oh, because you were a douchebag before. As your sister, I can say that. You were a douchebag. But I loved you then and I loved you now. And if you get a divorce, it does not make you our father. I promise.
He smiles a little. Louisa leans in, hugs her brother.
All right, I got to get home.
Say hi to Allison.
Louisa nods, then she heads off. And now we come around on the settee to reveal Raphael's wife, Monica. And she's clearly been eavesdropping on their conversation. Stung, she looks up towards the penthouse. And is that her mother's shadow in the window? But the camera doesn't linger. We're now with Raphael, heading towards the pool. He signals a drink, and Derek starts paddling over as the DJ starts playing some amazing summer anthem. We're now with Jane as Derek paddles toward Raphael. As they get closer, she realizes he looks familiar. She knows him. Jane turns toward Derek.
Turn the canoe around.
But Derek is in the zone, singing along with the music as he paddles. No way she's breaking through. Jane has to think quickly. She doesn't want to see Raphael Solano in a swimsuit, in a boat, after all these years. Desperate, Jane dumps the drinks and throws her arm in, ruddering the canoe. It swings around abruptly, nearly taking two people out. Derek stares at Jane in shock. She smiles, sheepish.
Out of drinks.
Jane sneaks a glance back at Raphael, who is luckily getting led away by Monica, oblivious to the chaos. Interior outdoor bar, the El Dorado nightclub. Jane joins Lena as they approach the bar for more drinks.
Do you remember a guy named Raphael Solano from when we worked at the yacht club? He was a member.
That jerk you had a monster crush on?
It wasn't a monster crush.
We talking about the same guy? You had this magical kiss, and they're at the bar now next to the beautiful server, Eva.
Who'd you have a magical kiss with?
Eva's kind of the dumb, beautiful blonde stereotype, except she's transgendered.
No one. I was 15. It was nothing.
Another waitress, model Meg, approaching.
What was nothing? I need someone to run champagne to Cabana 4 ASAP.
Escape.
Got it.
Exterior, the El Dorado nightclub. Jane enters Cabana 4. It's bustling. Champagne glasses are set up. Jane goes over to the table, starts to pour.
I'll hand out glasses.
She looks up grateful. It's Raphael. Don't freak out. She continues to pour, but he is looking at her.
You look so familiar.
Really? I'm not sure.
No, I really think we've met.
I don't usually wear a bathing suit, if that helps.
Oh. Scores?
What? Jerk.
But they are interrupted by tinkling on a glass. It's Monica. She's holding up her champagne flute.
Please, a toast to my husband. Welcome back, babe.
As glasses are raised, Jane slips out. Interior, Luisa's Miami condo, hallway. The house is dark. Luisa slips off her shoes as she opens her bedroom door. She reacts, shocked. Her purse drops to the floor. Interior locker room, end of the night. Jane, in her street clothes, is waiting for Lena to finish changing. Jane's bummed.
You're sure he's the new owner?
Yeah, I got confirmation. But don't worry, I'm sure he didn't hear the jerk thing. He was focused on your boobies. And if he did hear, then he can't fire you because he was focused on your boobies. Either way, because of your boobies, you're cool. Jane smiles a little. She really hopes her friend is right. Come on, let's get out of here. It's 3:30 already. Off, Jane. That late? Interior, the bus, 4 a.m. Jane is sitting next to Lena. She takes her old laptop out of her backpack. You gonna write? Okay, wake me when we get there. Lena turns over and closes her eyes as Jane starts to write. Music comes up. Regina Spektor's Blue Lips. Haunting, tense. He stumbles into Faith and thought God, this is all there is. Interior, Luisa's car, same time. The music is coming from Raphael's sister's car. Luisa is behind the wheel and she's a wreck, crying. Her phone rings. Allison. She goes to shut it off. It drops on the ground. Luisa looks away from the road just for a moment to search for it. Interior, Miami City bus, same time. We're now with Jane on the bus. The song wails, and all the gods and all the worlds began colliding. Suddenly, Jane stops writing, struck by a thought.
Maybe it was seeing Raphael again, but suddenly Jane found herself wondering if there was a method to the madness, a plan to which the sudden and strange way in which the worlds collide.
Now we're cutting between Jane's writing and Luisa trying to find her phone. Luisa's looking down. We're sure by the way this is edited, with suspense, she's going to run a red light, hit the bus, there's going to be a collision. But Luisa grabs the phone just in time, looks up, stops in front of the light, and the bus passes. We stay with Luisa silencing the ring, and then she breaks down sobbing. And Jane's bus is long gone.
But then she stopped herself because that was the telenovelas talking.
Interior, Garcia family house. Jane enters exhausted, checking her phone. 4:23.
And not real life at all.
Interior, Jane's bedroom. Minutes later. Zamira is sleeping in her bed, or is asleep in her bed. She left a note. Needed company tonight. Gary's been calling. I'm trying to stay away. Also, I ripped your black jeans. You were right. They didn't fit me. XO, Mum. P.S. Good luck tomorrow. Jane smiles, then she heads over to her desk, takes out her tips, and puts all but $20 in an envelope marked Abuela Medical. She crosses it off the total on the outside, 15, 455, and adjusts it. Still owe 15, 200. We see the number was originally 24,834. Jane's paid off a great deal, but there's still a long ways to go. Interior, Jane's bedroom shortly after. Jane, now in PJs, gets in bed. She turns off the light, texts Michael. I'm home, in bed. A beat, then he texts back. Phone sex? She smiles as she writes, Mom's sleeping with me. His reply, soundly? Jane, ew. Then Jane again, sorry I freaked out before. You know how I feel about you, right? Even though I didn't say it? From him, yes. Then from him again, go to sleep. You have a 9 a.m. doctor's appointment and a 12 p.m. interview. Beat, then, enjoying your Google Calendar. She smiles. Love you. Michael, you too. And Jane closes her eyes. In blackness for the briefest moment before, beep, beep, beep. Interior, Jane's bedroom the next morning. Jane wakes up. Already? She looks at her alarm, 7 a.m. She closes her eyes briefly. Blackness again. A beat. And then suddenly the blackness starts moving, widen to reveal a sonogram image of an empty uterus. Continue to widen. Interior sonogram room, same time. We see Nurse Sharon, old warhorse, doing a sonogram.
Well, you're definitely ovulating.
Reveal, Monica, Raphael's wife, on the table. She snaps a picture of Sharon with her iPhone.
For my husband, he's so upset he couldn't be here today. Made me promise to capture every moment.
Interior bathroom, same time. We are tight on a woman drying her face. Reveal, Raphael's sister, Luisa. She's had an emotional night, but she's trying to pull it together. A deep breath. She stares at herself. Calm, stay calm. And exits the frame. Interior hallway at busy OBGYN practice. Emerging into the busy hallway, we see she's wearing a lab coat. Nurse Sharon approaches, starts talking immediately. She's holding a metal tray with a turkey baster-like syringe.
There you are, Dr. Alves. You're running a little behind. Remember, you're covering for Dr. Peters. You have an insemination in 7, then a PAP in 6.
But Luisa is distracted. Her phone is vibrating. On the screen, Allison. Along with the screen ID, a picture of Luisa and Allison kissing. Rattled, Louisa sends it to voicemail, then takes the metal tray with the sperm sample.
An insemination and a PAP. Got it.
The nurse heads off. Louisa walks a few more steps, then she stops in a corner. She can't help it. She has to listen to the message. Allison's voice is exhausted, broken.
Oh, we might not have an Allison.
I can read her.
Sure.
Sorry. I messed up. 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 I'm screwed up. I'm a screwed up person and means nothing to me, I swear.
Sharply, Louisa disconnects. Pull it together. Do not cry. A deep breath. You can do this. And she enters room 6. Interior room 6, looking down at the patient history on the chart.
Nice to meet you, Miss Garcia.
Reverse on Jane, asleep in the stirrups. Louisa doesn't see this.
You all set up for your insemination?
As the door closes, waking up Jane. Jane's disoriented, embarrassed. She sees the doctor studying her chart.
Hi, yes. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm Jane. I usually see Dr. Peters.
I'm filling in while she's on her honeymoon.
Honeymoon. She can't help it. Louisa's eyes tear up. Jane is not sure what to do. Louisa tries to act like it's not happening.
Anyway, I'm Dr. Alves and I'll be...
Are you okay?
Louisa is trying, willing herself to stop crying. She sits down on the stool in front of Jane.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Sorry, let's just scoot down a little more. Did you bring anyone with you?
Here? No, just me.
Doing it alone. Good for you. Probably easiest.
Dr.
sorry.
Alves,
I'm sorry.
Are you
I'm
are you
professional.
okay?
I'm just having some personal problems.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Louisa reaches over, picking up the turkey baster syringe, which Jane can't see because she's lying down.
Hey, we all have them, right?
You know, I can come back maybe another day. Oh, okay. So you're starting.
And indeed, Louisa has the baster under the sheet over Jane's lap. Depressing the syringe, Louisa inseminates Jane.
You'll have to wait another month, and that's not fair to you. Okay, all done. Call the office for your results in 2 weeks.
That's it?
That's it. Good luck. And I'm sorry about my...
No, it's okay. And I hope things turn out okay for you.
Louisa nods, embarrassed, and exits. Interior hallway, moments later. Room 7. Louisa picks up the chart. Huh? She enters. Interior Monica's patient room, continuous.
I didn't know you were coming.
I had the nurse unfreeze Raphael's sperm. A surprise for him. That's why I didn't tell you. You guys are so close, so I didn't want to put you in a weird position.
Louisa reacts as she starts to realize what happened. Monica misreads her expression, gets defensive.
If you don't do it, someone else will. I know someone from the internet that you can't refreeze the sample, so unless you want the sperm to die.
As Monica continues, we drown sound, pushing in on Louisa.
And just like that, Louisa realized what she'd done.
Exterior Miami bus station, same time. Jane is getting into a bus. She sits down in a seat as the door closes.
But alas, it was too late.
As the bus starts to move, we slowly pull back, revealing a giant billboard on the bus side featuring Rubio.
Jane's life was now the stuff of telenovas.
And off Jane, riding off unaware. End of Act 1. Act 2. Interior Louisa's office. Later, Louisa's pacing, panicked.
Later, when asked about the so-called Immaculate Conception of Jane Gloriana Garcia, Louisa Alves would have to say that it was the biggest mistake of her life.
A knock on the door.
Come in.
It wasn't.
Rose enters. At 32, she's all long legs and blonde hair. But don't let that giant trophy wife diamond fool you. Rose is whip smart and right now also visibly uncomfortable.
Didn't know who else to call.
You said it was an emergency.
I artificially inseminated the wrong woman.
Rose takes this in, shocked, a beat. Then,
So I need a lawyer.
you could have called any lawyer.
I'm scared. I needed someone to talk to.
Wife, your brother.
I walked in on Allison in bed with her assistant last night. And it was Raph's sperm.
What?
Monica came in for an insemination, and I accidentally used his specimen on someone named Jane Gloriana Garcia.
Interior Catholic school office, same time. Find Jane sitting beneath a giant stained glass window of Jesus. She's talking to Sister Mary, 50s, stern.
Well, you've certainly quite accomplished academically, Jane, and your references are outstanding. I should mention that a requirement for our student teachers is that they be role models for our impressionable teenagers.
And as a modern Catholic woman who is saving herself for marriage, I believe I will be.
Sister Maria smiles, then,
Well, I think you'd fit in beautifully here. Can you start in September?
and off Jane, elated. Interior Luisa's office. Rose is staring at Luisa in shock. What did you tell Monica?
Didn't. I panicked. I went back into the room and I inseminated her with saline.
And romantic music takes us into interior Monica and Raphael's penthouse living room. Raphael reads a fortune cookie, confused.
You might be a father.
Monica takes his hand.
We'll know in 2 weeks. I used your sample, baby.
Raphael reacts. What the hell? He is in complete shock.
What? Without telling me?
She looks at him, hurt, emotional, seemingly laid bare.
I wanted it to be romantic. I wanted some part of the fact that we had to do it like this to be romantic.
Oh, Raphael is reeling. She moves closer, takes his hand.
Things have been so hard with us lately. So I thought if I gave you what you wanted most in this world.
And off Raphael, absorbing this bond, we pre-lap. What are the chances it will take? Interior Luisa's office, same time.
About 20%.
A beat, then Rose speaks, grave, measured. Then as your friend, not your lawyer, because I cannot be your lawyer. Don't say anything. You're still on probation. You'll lose your license. Luisa nods, she knows, but still.
And what about Raph? How can I keep this from him? I mean, it was his only sample.
And it's gone. How will telling him change that? Luisa contemplates this a beat, then she slowly nods.
Choosing to hide what she's done. That was Louisa's biggest mistake.
Interior Miami City bus, day. Jane sits next to her mother, shopping bags at their feet. Jane's not feeling great and is sipping a water. Zoe is glued to her phone. Typed on screen, 15 days later. Oh man, you know that guy Daryl who's dating slutty Crystal? He found out that she's been boning Mauricio and she tried to deny it. But there was this text she sent to him where she's like naked and grabbing her boobs. Want to see?
Pass.
Already sent it. You all right, baby?
Fine. Just a little nauseous. Why are you talking to slutty Crystal? I thought you hated her.
Yeah, but I just found out her brother-in-law knows Shakira's bassist, so I gotta kiss her ass. Hopefully I won't get an STD. Meanwhile, Jane's phone beeps. She looks at the text, reacts.
Ew, Mom, I did not need to see. Crystal got fake boobs?
6 months ago. Meanwhile, the bus jerks to a stop. Of course you're nauseous. Hello, sir. You're driving like a freaking maniac.
Mom, it's okay.
Meanwhile, 2 pregnant women wearing yoga clothes enter the packed bus. There are no seats left.
Come on, let's get up.
But you aren't feeling good.
They're pregnant.
Jane stands, but then suddenly she's lightheaded. As the bus lurches forward, Jane passes out, hitting her head hard. Interior ER bay shortly later. Jane is now in the ER, hooked up to an IV, talking to Dr. Marcus Spinoza, 30s, handsome. Zomara is there as well.
We'll just get some fluids back in you. You should be on your way.
Thank you.
But he fainted. She fainted. In her whole life, she's never fainted.
Dehydrated.
And she's been nauseous.
I know you're concerned, and we're running the tests. But in my opinion, she just stood up too fast. I put that together with dehydration and a bad city driver.
He smiles. Zomara smiles back, reassured, then slightly flirty. Thank you, Dr. Spinoza. You have gone above and beyond in every way. Jane reacts. Here we go. She watches as Zomara steps forward, puts a card in his pocket. Slightly inappropriate. Come check out my gig tomorrow night, boo.
Yeah, okay, maybe I will.
When he is gone, Zomara turns to Jane. Don't you judge. The best way to get over a man is to find a new man.
As long as you stay away from Gary, I'm happy.
Did you text Michael? Tell him what happened?
No, he's working. I don't want to worry him. I'll see him tonight. We're going out for our anniversary. You have been, right? Staying away from Gary?
We've been texting.
Mom, come on.
It's hard, Jane.
No, it isn't. He's married and he's not leaving his wife. I don't care what he says. He's not leaving her. You know he's not.
I know. Yeah, I know. No. Jane feels for her mom and takes her hand, squeezing it. Interior sonogram room, same time. Raphael is holding Monica's hand as they stare at a sonogram screen. Black and moving black and more black. Reveal Louisa performing the sonogram. She speaks quietly.
You're not pregnant.
Raphael absorbs this. He looks devastated.
I'm so sorry.
No, Lou, this isn't your fault.
And off the truth hanging in the air. Interior ER bay, day. Dr. Spinoza re-enters Jane's bay.
Nausea and fainting spell solved. You're pregnant.
Jane looks at him. Mom looks at him. A beat. Then both women start to laugh. Dr. Spinoza is confused. Sorry. It's just, she's not pregnant.
No, I'm not pregnant.
We tested your urine.
Trust me. The test was wrong.
False negatives are frequent. False positives are rare.
Jane, did you and Michael?
We didn't. And it might be rare, but it happened because I'm a virgin.
A virgin?
She nods. He glances over at Himura, getting it.
Oh, maybe we should talk in private.
We don't need to.
I think we do.
Where'd you get your degree from? The University of Dumbass? My daughter said she's an effing virgin, so do another damn test. Quick cuts. Interior ER bay moments later. Jane drinking water while Zomara and Dr. Spinoza watch. Interior bathroom moments later. On Jane's face, we hear the unmistakable tinkle of pee. Interior ER bay moments later. Dr. Spinoza dips in the strip into a cup of urine.
Pink means pregnant.
And then we watch the sample turn very, very pink. On Jane, stunned, not understanding.
But I've never had sex.
Zomara believes her, which means, Immaculata! You are Immaculata!
What? No, Mom.
She's clearly not a virgin.
Of course I am. It's a mistake.
It's not a
Give me,
mistake.
Jane, for I have sinned.
A hormonal thing.
Oh, exactly. Pregnancy hormones.
Jane is shaking her head no. She takes out a phone, dialing a number, as Zomara whispers, staring at her daughter.
I understand that this is unplanned.
It's been, well, a long time since my last confection. Over the chaos, Jane talks into the phone.
Hello, This is Jane Garcia, and I need to talk to Dr. Alves. Some crazy doctor is saying I'm pregnant.
Hail, Jane, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. And off Jane panicked. End of Act 2. Act 3, interior Louisa's office later that day. Raphael and Monica are looking at Louisa, worried. Louisa looks back at them, gathering courage.
Am I dying? If I'm dying, just say it.
No, nothing like that.
Lou, what's going on?
I don't know how to tell you.
It's me. Just say it.
A beat as Louisa looks at her brother, knowing that saying it means she's going to lose him forever.
2 weeks ago, after I walked in on Allison and, well, it doesn't matter. 2 weeks ago, I used your specimen on the wrong person.
What?
I inseminated a girl with your sperm mistakenly.
A beat as this lands in the room. Absolute silence. In shock. Monica's jaw drops. Raphael is reeling. Meanwhile, Nurse Sharon knocks, opens the door.
He's here.
Interior Louisa's waiting room, same time. Jane is scrolling through her phone, trying to find credible scientific reasons for her positive pregnancy test. Zomara isn't sure what to believe. Something divine? A scientific mistake?
Okay, look here. 10 causes of false pregnancy tests. Molar pregnancy. No. Ectopic. Recent miscarriages. No. Okay. Invalid tests. See? Invalid tests.
Zomara nods. That makes sense. But does it? A beat. Then Zoe blurts out, I had sex with Gary 3 days ago.
What? Why are you telling me this now?
I don't know. What if you're like a religious messiah? I can't lie to a religious messiah. Before Jane can respond, Louisa walks into the waiting room.
Hi, Jane.
Interior Dr. Palmer's office. Minutes later, Jane and Zomara are looking at Louisa. She sits behind her desk in front of the window. Behind her in the distance, we see a billboard advertising the passions of Rubio.
The reason those tests came back positive is because I accidentally inseminated you 2 weeks ago.
What?
You what?
It was a mistake. I made a mistake. And there was only a 20% chance it would take. So I thought you might never know, except that things turned out differently.
Jane is just staring at her in shock. Time seems to slow. We are pushing in on Jane as her heart beats. We become aware of the sound. Thump, 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 thump. Jane starts looking down and is startled to see Rubio, the telenovela star, kneeling in front of her in subtitled Spanish.
It's all right. Just take deep breaths. In and out. In and out.
Jane is a little confused, but starts breathing deeply.
It is important to note that right now, Jane is having an out-of-body experience. None of this is really happening. I know exactly how you feel. When I found out that the deepest, truest love of my life was really my half-sister born as a result of my father's secret double life, I was devastated. It seems that, unable to process the cosmic joke that had just happened to her, Jane's mind had jumped to the only other event that seemed remotely as outrageous. I got through that, Jane, and you will get through this.
And then Luisa's voice interrupts.
I'm so sorry, Jane.
And just like that, Rubio is gone. Jane is back in real time. Zomara is furious. She gets up. You're sorry? You should be in jail, lady. You should be locked up.
Mom.
Zomara sits down. Meanwhile, Louisa continues.
There are options, of course. You could have the baby, or this is a prescription for a pill you can take.
This lands on Jane. Zoe looks at her daughter. So does Louisa. Then gently.
You are under no obligation to consult the father, though he knows and he would like to speak with
The father.
On Jane. She didn't even think about the father.
He's in the next room. Would you be willing to talk to him?
Jane is in shock. Numb almost. Abruptly, she stands up. Honey,
I have to go.
wait.
No, I have to go.
And with that, she's gone, leaving Zamora alone with Louisa. Inside Louisa's office moments later, Raphael and Monica are sitting in silence when Louisa re-enters.
She isn't ready to meet yet. I'm sorry.
Monica turns to her, spits out years of venom.
You're sorry? Because she doesn't want to meet us, or because your brother had testicle cancer and you just used his only sample on a stranger?
I'm sorry for all of it.
She looks to her brother. He holds her gaze quietly.
You would never have told me. If it didn't take, you never would have told me.
Louisa wants to protest, but she can't. She looks away as we pre-lap, a baby crying. Interior Miami City bus, same time. On, a harried mother tries to calm her shrieking baby. Reveal, Jane standing, staring at the baby, terrified. The baby is crying harder and harder. Jane looks like she's going to burst into tears herself. A seat opens up. Another passenger goes to take it, but Jane needs to sit now. She's slightly too late. She looks to the passenger, pulls the ace, realizing.
I'm pregnant.
Oh, he gives her the seat. Jane sinks down. There's that at least. She looks up, sees the advertisement for the Passions of Rubio. Rubio stares back at her. Jane remembers, starts taking deep breaths in and out, in and out. Exterior Michael's hallway. Jane knocks on Michael's door, wanting to talk to him, not exactly knowing what to say.
1 second, babe.
A beat. Then he opens the door, smiles, gives her a kiss.
Sorry, you're a little bit early.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to see you.
Interior Michael's apartment, living room.
What's all this? I thought we were going out.
She's noticing the candles are lit, the table is set.
I made dinner. Grilled cheese.
Jane reacts. God, she loves him.
That sounds perfect.
She has to tell him, just has to say it. She turns away, puts down her purse on the hall table, psyching herself up.
But before we eat, I'm officially giving you some fair warning. I'm about to say some corny stuff.
Jane turns confused to find Michael down on one knee. Holy shit. Michael smiles at her shock.
Okay, ground rules. You are not allowed to freak out because this is a moment we're going to be telling our kids and grandkids about.
Kids and grandkids. Jane is looking at him, reeling.
Michael, what are you doing?
Proposing.
But, I mean, our timeline.
Who cares about our timeline, or that you don't have your teaching degree, or that I haven't established my career, or that we have debts, or whatever other reasons we have for waiting? As of today, we've been together 3 years. And before you say anything, I'm not doing this because I want to have sex with you. I mean, I do want to have sex with you. 3 years is a really, really long time. But that's not why I'm proposing. I'm proposing because I want to spend my life with you and raise children with you and have sex with you.
Despite herself, Jane smiles. He takes a deep breath.
So, Jane Gloriana Garcia, will you...
Shoot, he needs to know first. Blurting out.
Michael, I'm pregnant.
And off Michael in shock. End of Act 3. Act 4, interior Michael's Miami apartment. A few minutes later, Jane is now sitting, untouched champagne flutes in front of her. Michael is pacing, focused.
What will serve Michael Cardello Jr. now well in the illustrious detective career that he will go on to have is his ability to focus on facts.
Okay, I need you to tell me everything that happened, exactly how it happened.
Just cold, hard facts.
We'll file criminal charges against that doctor. How did it happen?
Going over how it happened isn't going to change the fact that it happened.
A beat. Then.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Fact was, this sucked.
She reaches for the champagne, takes a sip, then remembering she spits it out. He's staring at her.
I probably shouldn't drink.
And off the two, reeling. Interior, the Fontainebleau bar. Raphael, on the other hand, is drinking heavily. So is Zaz, who is taking in the news. It should be noted, the guys have been friends since childhood.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dudes process differently.
Huh.
Beat. Then,
And Louisa didn't tell you?
Nope.
then,
She's dead to me.
note, this will come back to haunt Raph in the third episode when Louisa ends up dead. But you don't know that yet. Pretend you don't know that.
Uh-huh.
Interior, Michael's Miami apartment. And now we're back with Jane and Michael. The doorbell rings. Damn, he remembers.
I invited our families over. I was pretty sure you'd say yes.
Oh, Michael, I would have.
Should we just act like you did for now?
Yes. Yes.
He nods, then slips the ring on her finger, both aware, not the way this moment should have gone. Interior, Fontainebleau Hotel bar, same time. Zaz and Raphael, 2 drinks deeper.
An unexpected byproduct of cancer. They should put it in the manual.
Possible side effects of being told you can't have kids will lead to you really wanting them. Possibly in order to redo one's own screwed up childhood, as an overpriced shrink once told me.
You say an overpriced shrink?
Once, Louise asked me to do a family session while she was going through her old rehab thing.
Doesn't want to think about Louisa.
Whatever. Yeah. I want the kid.
It's true, he does. Very much. With certainty.
Monica will never go for it.
Dude, this is the girl who would not leave your side when you were going through chemo. I'm not gonna lie. I thought she'd bolt. Just saying, I think you're underestimating her.
On Raphael, not so sure. Interior, Michael's Miami apartment, establishing Jane's big family, aunts and uncles and cousins, and Michael's big family, the engagement party in full swing. We find Jane talking to a concerned Zomara. Got it. I won't say anything. But baby, we need to talk about this.
Later, Mom? Not now.
Jane, there you are.
It's Alba and her 4 sisters, all so excited. Auntie Anita, 45, exuberant, hugs Jane.
Do you want to be that, Jessica?
Tell us about the romantic proposal, Mia. Was it romantic?
Yeah, it really was.
Jane glances at Michael across the room, deep in his own awkward familial conversation. And now we zoom to Michael with his grandparents.
Yep, it went pretty much perfect.
Oh, good for you, Mikey.
Good on ya, boy. Good on ya.
Michael's grandma is hugging him now. Suddenly, Michael sees his brother Andre entering. Andre is 28, in and out of trouble his whole life, mostly in. Dangerous. Michael stiffens. He separates from his grandma, making his way over to his dad, Bobby, union truck driver. Bobby's looking across the party at Andre as well.
Mom must have invited him.
Bobby nods, and off the 2, slightly unsettled. Interior, Raphael and Monica's bedroom, same time. Raphael is looking at his wife, surprised.
Of course, I want the baby. It's your child, so it's my child.
Raphael is taking this in. Maybe Zaz was right.
We'll make your sister give us the birth mom number, and then we'll convince her to let us adopt. And we'll have our child, which is all I want.
And off Raphael, taking in her reaction. Interior, Magda's room, same time. Tarot cards laid out, one by one. Reveal. Monica's mother, Magda, dealing the cards. She's careful, deliberate. She drops the last card, a black heart dripping blood. Her eyes close. Not that, anything but that. Interior, Michael's Miami apartment. Michael is talking to Andre, his older brother. He and Michael used to be tight, but they're not anymore.
Oh, I was hurt, man. That's all. Not to get the invite from you after all we've gone through, all we've done together.
Michael is looking at his brother. Here's the implicit threat. He is even with him.
Didn't mean to hurt your feelings, Dre. Glad you can make it.
Uh-huh. Well, don't treat me like that.
Like what?
Like I'm a bomb that I could go off, which is, we know I could. I mean, everyone here, your fiance, they think you're such a good guy.
And Michael's had enough. He backs his brother around a corner quickly, effortlessly. Interior corner in Michael's apartment, continuous, and pushes him up against the wall.
Do not threaten me. Do you understand?
Michael's anger is hot, brewing. They both feel it. A beat. Then Andre smiles.
Whoa, whoa. I just came here to congratulate you on your engagement. That's all. We're family.
A beat. And then Michael releases him. Andre adjusts his shirt, loses all traces of the threat from his tone. He's lighter.
So, introduce me around. I met Jane's mom. Seems like a handful. Where's her pops?
Michael is curt.
He's not a part of her life.
And they head back to the living room.
Oh, yeah? Bet there's a story there.
There's not a story.
Okay, here's the story. Jane has never met her father.
Interior Michael's apartment, living room. Andre and Michael head past Zomara. We stay with Zoe as she checks her cell phone.
In fact, Yamara herself hasn't seen Jane's father since the day she told him he was pregnant, which was also the same day he told her to get rid of it. Until 16 months ago, when she walked into Tito's Tacos.
Interior Tito's Tacos, 16 months ago. A bit of a dive, but the tacos are great. Trust me, a female employee is watching the small TV screen. The passions of Rubio. Rubio is proposing to a beautiful blonde. In front of the cash register, a handsome man, 40s, is waiting impatiently to pay.
Can I get some help here?
Yeah, whatever. Sorry, it's this new show.
Yeah, whatever. I'm in a rush.
On Zomara, staring, shocked, like she's seen a ghost.
And saw Jane's father again, right there, in broad daylight.
On Zomara as she turns and rushes out, rattled. Interior Jane's childhood bedroom, the present, night. On Jane, finally alone, writing. It's how she relaxes. She glances at the flower on her wall, the symbol of her virginity. A knock on the door and then, let's talk, Janie.
Mom, I'm not in the mood. I just want to write.
But baby, I know how you feel. I was 16 when I got pregnant with you, and I was so scared.
And you were irresponsible. You got pregnant because you were irresponsible. I don't even have a dad. And I've done everything right. My whole life, I've tried to do everything right so that...
She catches herself, stops. But Zoe gets it. So you won't turn out like me.
I said I didn't want to talk.
I got the prescription, in case. She puts a bottle on Jane's desk. It's the abortion pill. You don't have to have a baby. Jane looks at her mother, a beat, then...
Would you have had me if Grandma hadn't made you?
Tamara absorbs the implication that Alba and her religious beliefs stop Zoe from having an abortion. We sense that there's something more she wants to say here, but she holds back. I'm glad I had you.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah, I know. And with that, she heads out of Jane's room, leaving the two women estranged, and off Jane looking at the pills, not sure what to do. End of Act 4. Act 5. Interior, Raphael and Monica's living room. Raphael shakes his father's hand. Ronaldo Rafael Solano, early 60s, is arrogant, oppressively successful. Just ask his kids.
How was Venezuela, Dad?
Could have been Cambodia. I didn't leave the hotel.
Well, I did, and it was beautiful.
Reveal his wife, Rose. Yes, the same Rose that Louisa called after the accident, her stepmother, who she clearly has some complicated history with. It's funny, you open your 21st hotel, you lose sight of what a great accomplishment it is to even open one. Congratulations, son, on opening one. Eek, not the warmest dad. Will we be seeing your sister?
Nope, we won't.
Something really terrible happened.
and off rows. She fears what's coming. Interior, the El Dorado Hotel, day. Jane enters the hotel with Lena as they head towards the service elevators. Lena jokes, I'm just saying, technically, it's still a virgin birth. So there's got to be some way to make money on it. You gotta ask yourself, how would Kris Jenner exploit this situation? Jane laughs a little. Okay, good. A smile at least. She puts a supportive arm around her friend as they round the corner, heading past the concierge desk while Louisa is raiding. Her back to them. We stay with Louisa as the concierge hangs up the phone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Alves. Your brother has asked us not to let you up to his suite.
She is embarrassed. Lies.
Yeah, okay. We're meeting later anyways.
She starts to walk away when she spots Jane and Lena heading towards the service elevator. A beat as Louisa observes this. Then she takes out her phone, texts her brother. Jane works here, the mother. A beat, and then Raphael answers. Where are you? Exterior, the El Dorado nightclub, day. Servers are setting up. Louisa is standing with Raphael. She points out Jane. Raphael recognizes her. He reacts as,
Raph, I'm so sorry.
but he's walking away, leaving Louisa staring after him. Exterior, the El Dorado nightclub, bar. Eve approaches Jane and Lena.
Jazzy Jane, the owner wants to talk to you.
Jane and Lena look over and see Raphael sitting in a cabana. Oh, geez, you think he's so pissed that you called him a jerk? Off Jane, worried. Interior, the El Dorado guest room. Monica lets herself into the hotel room as she talks on the phone.
Well, hurry up. I don't know how long I have.
Interior cabana. Jane approaches Raphael, nervous, not sure what he wants.
Hi.
Jane,
Look, I'm sorry if I was out of line the other night.
I'm the father
What?
of the baby that you're carrying.
On Jane, reeling, overwhelmed. She sits down. He sits down next to her.
And I'm sorry about the other day, too.
Neither knows quite what to say. Silence. Then,
I used to work at the Key Biscayne nightclub. That's where we know each other from.
he is staring at her. Then suddenly he smiles.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to act like.
I came after tennis at the end of the summer and the restaurant was closed.
As he recalls the memory, quick cuts as we flash back. Interior Key Biscayne Yacht Club restaurant 9 years ago. A younger Raphael knocking against the restaurant door. The sign on the door reads closed.
But you let me in anyway.
Cut to younger Jane. Goes up, opened the door as.
You made me a killer grilled cheese sandwich.
Cut to Raphael sitting at a table. Jane puts down a hot grilled cheese, which brings us back to the present. Exterior cabana. Jane is smiling, a little modest.
1/3 white cheddar, 1/3 yellow cheddar, 1/3 grated American.
And we talked.
She nods as flashback to the Key Biscayne restaurant. The grilled cheese is now finished. They are still talking.
Well, it depends on if I'm being practical or brave.
Practical then.
In 10 years, I'm a teacher,
Brave.
a writer. I've never said that out loud before.
I'll bet you're a great writer.
Jane smiles a beat, then he leans in and kisses her. Jane kisses him back, a wonderful, magical beat, and then knock, knock. They separate and look over at the window where a pretty teenager is looking into the restaurant, and she's irate.
Shoot, that's my girlfriend. I gotta go. Thanks again for the grilled cheese.
And Jane watches as he hurries out. And we're back in the present, the cabana. Raphael feels badly.
Yeah, I was kind of a jerk back then. Still am, according to you.
But Jane isn't smiling. She looks at him, needs to say it.
Look, I don't want to be pregnant, and right now it's just cells that could fit on top of a pinhead.
Raphael reacts, absorbing the meaning.
So, an abortion you're thinking?
But if I terminate it, I'll become someone my grandmother wouldn't be proud of. And that's pretty much been my whole life's goal. So,
We'd take it.
and then what? Live out the rest of my life knowing that my kid is out there. I don't know if I'm strong enough for that. Look, I know the reasons for wanting to end the pregnancy are so selfish, that I'm not ready, that this wasn't the plan, that I have worked so hard every second so that my life would be different from my mother's. I was an accident. And I know my mom loves me, but I also know in some ways I derailed her life.
A simple statement, but a painful one. It lands on Raphael.
I don't want my kid to feel like that ever. I want to be ready.
He sees that she's in pain over this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Off Raphael, selfless, not a jerk at all. Interior, the El Dorado Hotel guest room, tight on Monica.
You didn't drop the cancer card.
And we intercut with Raphael in the hallway of the hotel.
The cancer card?
Stop, you know what I mean. Did you tell her that it was your only chance to have a biological child?
No.
Why not?
Look, she was just really upset. I just couldn't.
Oh, give me a break.
What?
Monica looks over, reveals Az naked in bed with her. He gives her a look, cool it. Monica rolls her eyes. Then,
Fine, I'll play bad cop if that's what this is about.
No, it's not. Just don't do anything. Don't say anything. I mean it. We'll talk more later.
and with that, he hangs up. Interior, Jane's bedroom, early evening. As Jane enters her dark room, she hears a voice.
You've broken my heart.
Jane turns on the light to find her grandmother sitting on her bed. She's holding the abortion pill. The words "to terminate pregnancy" clear on the label.
Abuela, it's not what you think.
I think you have lied to me for a very long time.
I didn't. I got accidentally.
She stops, then,
I don't know how to say it in Spanish, actually.
You had sexual relations.
No, I didn't, Abuela. The doctor made a mistake. And at my appointment, she accidentally.
again, what's the word? She tries delicately to describe it.
Put a sample from a man into me.
A sample from a man?
Yes, from his.
Starting to indicate where. Worst charades game ever.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Jane nods. Her grandmother is reeling.
And you got pregnant?
Jane nods. Alba reacts. It's overwhelming. She makes the sign of the cross.
Then this is one of those moments when faith is tested.
She looks at the abortion pill.
Abuela, please.
You have to hear this.
But I know how you feel.
No, you don't know this. When your mother came home at 16 and told me she was pregnant, I told her to have an abortion.
What?
And she said no. Thank God.
Jane absorbs this bombshell.
She never told me that.
I asked her not to.
This lands on Jane. Her mother was protecting her grandmother. Her mother chose to have her. Alba continues.
But I carry that shame in my heart every day because now you are the best part of my life. And this will be the best part of your life too.
And off Jane, taking this in, unsure. Interior, another guest room, the El Dorado. Louisa opens the door to find Rose standing there. I heard she's pregnant. Louisa nods a beat, then. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. It was my decision not to tell Raphael.
Yeah, but
It was my decision.
Rose nods, looks at her then. Are you okay?
Well, I've lost my wife, my brother, my job.
How can I help? Louisa looks at her a beat, then she smiles.
See, here's where I get confused. Stepmother, college roommate, something else.
I should go.
Probably a good idea.
A beat, and then Rose leaves as Louisa's phone rings. Louisa looks at the ID, then reacts, surprised.
Hello?
I need to-
I need your help. In exchange, I'll convince your brother not to report you to the medical board.
And off Louisa with a shred of hope, something. Interior, Jane's front door. Jane opens the door to find Michael.
You're early.
I just got called into work.
Oh,
Yeah, so I wanted to just stop by to talk real quick in person, you know?
sure. Great. Yeah.
Her phone rings. Dr. Alves. She sends it to voicemail.
Sorry. Go on.
Jeannie, I want to say that I'll support you no matter what. Wait, that's not what I want to say. But that's what I want to say, but that's not the way I feel. We're starting our life together, and I don't want to start it with you having some other guy's kid. And I'm sorry if that makes me a bad person, but that's how I feel. Please, don't have this baby.
And off Jane, taking this in, truly torn. End of Act 5. Act 6. Interior, Las Trompetas, a small club in a strip mall. We are blasted by the opening music of Shakira's Whenever, Forever. The performer's back is to us. She's in a glittering short dress, her hips gyrating back and forth.
After her teenage boyfriend, Rogerio, told her not to have the baby, Jamera Gloriana Garcia had a real problem.
The performer turns. It's Zomara, and she's actually pretty good. But here's the thing. Shakira became Shakira at 19, and Zoe is pushing 40. Not that you'd know it.
She knew she wanted the baby, but she also knew she did not want Rogerio.
Zoe's singing. She's shaking her hips. Whenever we're meant to be together.
Aside from being a dropout with no ambition, sans a faint desire to become famous someday, Rogerio was also, to put it bluntly, a weasel.
I'll be there and you'll be near. And that's the deal, my dear.
When Rogerio was caught selling fake IDs and was deported back to Venezuela, it felt like a sign.
You're over, you're under. And we flash back to interior Alba's house, 23 and a half years earlier. A younger Alba staring at 16-year-old Zomara in shock. It's true. I'm pregnant. Alba feels weak. She leans against the table. A white flower has fallen from the vase. Alba picks it up.
And who is the father?
She lies. Some army guy. I didn't get his last name. Alba reacts, her hand instinctively crushing the white flower. She opens her hand again. It's an image reminiscent of our opening. Alba stares at the flower. It's ruined. Interior, Las Trompetas, the present. Zomara is finishing her Shakira song. There's nothing left to fear if you really feel the way I feel.
And so, Jamara kept Jane's father's identity a secret, and until Tito's Tacos, she never had looked back.
And she finishes to applause. Zoe smiles. Reverse on her point of view. Jane's there standing in the audience, clapping the hardest. Interior, Las Trompetas, shortly after. Jane and Zomara are sitting at a table mid-conversation. Zomara is explaining. Abuela asked me never to tell you what she said, and I didn't want you to look at her differently, so...
Look at you being all selfless. But no more secrets, okay?
Zomara reacts, a flicker of guilt, but then she nods, redirecting. I just wanted you to know that you had a choice, because having one, it helps, I think. Whatever you decide. Jane takes this in, a beat, then...
Dr. Alves left me a message. The father, Raphael, he had cancer. This was his only sample, and he and his wife are this great couple, loving and wonderful, and all they want is a child.
Interior, Raphael and Monica's living room, juxtaposed with Monica staring at her husband in shock.
You want a divorce?
I do. I'm sorry.
I took care of you when you were sick.
Which is why I didn't do this a year ago. And I think, if you're being honest, you knew that. And I'm also pretty sure that's the reason you used my sample.
Monica slaps him. He's surprised, a beat. Then,
And regardless, we seem to bring out an ugly side in each other, don't you think?
and with that, he heads out, leaving her alone, furious. Interior guest room in the Eldorado. But this room is not occupied by guests. It's set up for surveillance. 3 detectives have clearly been camped here for a while, among them Michael. He's talking to Frank Cooper, AKA Coop, weathered, seen it all.
Nothing, sir. He had some girl in there, but she took off. Drug shipment hasn't come in yet.
Coop looks through the binoculars across the U-shaped hotel to a room on the other side. His point of view, Zaz.
I copied Zaz as the contact. I'm positive. ID the girl.
Already sent the images down to the station.
Coop nods and Michael heads out, leaving him to watch the surveillance cameras in Roman Zazu's hotel room. Interior, Raphael and Monica's bedroom. Monica slugs back a drink as the landline rings. She picks it up.
Hello? No, this is his wife. Jane, yes, of course. Hello.
Interior, last box, Trompetta's dressing room. It's the end of the night. Zoe is packing up her makeup bag when we hear a knock at the door. The club manager, sleazy 40s, sticks his head in.
Some guy's here to see you, Zoe.
If it's Gary, tell him I'm serious. I don't want to see.
It's not Gary.
Annoyed, Zoe turns around. Then she reacts, stunned. Reverse to reveal, it's Rubio, the telenovela star. Though in real life, his name is Rogeria Diaz. And we flash back to interior Tico's Tacos 16 months earlier. We see the scene again. Zomara enters. A female employee is watching TV. A handsome man is waiting impatiently to pay.
Can I get some help here?
Sorry, it's this new show.
Yeah, whatever. I'm in a rush.
But Zomara is staring past the handsome man to Rubio Rogerio on the television screen, like she's seen a ghost. Back to the present. Rogerio is looking at Zoe, angry.
How could you keep my daughter a secret all these years?
And before Zoe can answer, interior, Miami PD, Michael's office. And now Michael's back at the station. An envelope on his desk. He opens it, looks through the pictures. Zaz and Monica in the act. Though at this time, Monica means nothing to him. That will change in the future. Suddenly he hears a little hooting and hollering. Calls of Michael, get your ass out here. He exits into the bullpen. Interior Miami PD bullpen, continuous, where Jane is waiting, dressed to the nines. Maybe Mom helped her a little. Slightly over the top, but she looks sexy. Michael's completely confused. A few cat calls and wolf whistles from the cops and office personnel watching.
Babe, what are you doing here?
Trying to be brave. And top on my list is showing you in public how I feel about you.
Whistles, woohoo!
Ooh.
But before I propose, you need all the facts. And the fact is, I'm having the baby.
And now the other cops are a little confused.
And we're going to give it to the father. He and his wife really want it. They're a great couple.
Interior Raphael and Monica's bedroom. Raphael is looking at his wife in shock.
She's giving us the baby?
She wants it to grow up in a happy home where both parents want it.
Raphael reacts. Monica smiles.
So under the circumstances, I thought it best not to mention our previous conversation.
No mistaking the threat there. And off Raphael, stuck. Interior Miami PD, bullpen, same time. Michael is looking at Jane.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that.
Jane smiles, relieved. Okay, a beat. Then she gets down on one knee, or tries to. The dress doesn't allow. She adjusts, gets on 2 knees. He's looking at her.
You can stand.
Can I? Great, thanks.
A few laughs from the cops as she gets up. Then she takes a deep breath. She's really nervous. This is hard.
Okay, I'm not good at this stuff. So instead of telling you all the reasons I love you, I'm going to tell you all the reasons I don't. I don't love you because you are smart and kind. I don't love you because you're hardworking and competitive and way too defensive.
I'm not defensive.
She's smiling. He smiles too.
I don't love you because you're determined and honorable and funny.
Who says he's funny?
Shut it, Rodriguez. Jane smiles, but she's looking at Michael.
I don't love you because you're incredibly sexy.
Kat calls from the cops.
I love you because you are my best friend and because I want to grow old with you and because right now I'm confused about every single thing in my life except you.
Moved, Michael takes her into his arms and they kiss to cheers and whistles. As we go tight on the kiss, romantic music starts to come up.
And in that moment, in the arms of the man she thought she knew so well, Jane Gloriana Garcia really believed that to be true.
And on this cryptic tease, we freeze on the kiss, then typed across the screen, to be continued. End of pilot.
Woo!
That was good. That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting better at the romantic roles.
So many twists and turns.
My first narrating.
You did
Congrats,
good.
Roxanne.
Good job.
That's a lot.
Peter, very
The-
impressed.
Vicky, was it you that played Alpha? You sound a lot like her. I was like, wow, she's right there.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job, everybody.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, there were, so has anybody here watched this show before?
I should.
Yeah.
I've actually seen the pilot and I think
You know.
like half of the last season. My mom
I
got me
should have
hooked on the last
refreshed
season.
myself. I should have refreshed myself on how to say all those names.
Yeah, that's all right. Did you notice any differences between the script and the pilot? Anyone?
Small things.
Yeah.
Just
I
small
did too,
things.
but I didn't make notes because I was scrolling, so I don't remember what they
Well,
are.
the thing is the pilot, you don't hear like, interior Michael's house, interior Jane's house, interior blah, blah, blah,
Oh yeah, yeah. You just see their actions and you see you don't, yeah.
It's like little things like where she was in a boat serving the drinks. She was in the pilot. She's
Right.
this ridiculous mermaid tail.
Yes, the mermaid tail.
Yeah. So like little things like that.
Mhm. I'm trying to think of what else. There were other things that that I was surprised by, but I thought they did a better job with what showed up on screen, which is the idea.
Mhm. Yeah.
I found the script really interesting, just in the way that it was all the action was written, like a dialogue.
Yeah, they actually wrote some, it seemed like notes to the reader as well that were like
Like the Since We're Dreaming, we'll cast Robert Downey Jr. 15 years ago.
I do have a question though about the medical, the medical accuracy of the script. Like I read that Jane was getting a pap smear. I thought pap smears were for people who were sexually active.
No.
I think, no, they're for everyone.
Oh. Okay, that's what I was just curious about.
better get at that.
Pap smears check for cervical cancer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I was just asking because I've tried to ask for one and they don't do that for me because I'm not sexually active. So I wondered why they did that for Jane when she was a virgin and not sexually active.
Oh.
Apparently people are more susceptible to cervical cancer if they are sexually active, but that's
I know it's an awkward question, but that's the one thing I noticed. Hello, maybe I should ask about this.
Yeah.
This story doesn't work without it. So
Yeah. Very true.
Now I want to watch the show again. Actually, funny thing about this show, she's a writer, right? So actually, it got me really into my writing. Like,
Oh,
I
interesting.
was into writing, but like, it got me more into my writing. So
That's cool. You look like you
I'm
wanted to
going
say-
to request a quick break, if that is all right.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
So how about 5 minutes?
Take 5.
Sure, we'll take 5 and be back here. So anyone who has to go, please feel free to say goodbye. And anyone who wants to stay, please feel free to stay. And we'll stay and talk for a bit. And we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone. For now.
Mind if I put these on?
Oh, well, Peter disappeared.
He's still here.
Oh, there you are.
Just getting some other stuff done.
Oh, it has been such a long day, honestly.
And soon you'll get to try out your new bed.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll probably close up earlier than we usually do today, just because it's I have to work in the morning too. So
Well, I have a staff meeting on Google Meets in the morning too. I have weekly staff meetings now.
well, that sounds interesting.
I should send you some of my articles.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hope you don't mind, I'm putting on my speckies, my little spectacles. I take them off for performances.
I would hazard a guess that nobody minds.
Well, aging happens to all of us, and they actually adjusted my prescription when I got them. I had to get stricter prescription because I'm old and my eyes are old, and I've got what they call a Borg eye. Like, this eye doesn't always obey what it's supposed to in eye exams. Because when I was about 14, I got smacked in the face with a wooden beam. When I was like, when somebody was heading up a hill, they let go of their wooden beam, and I literally got smacked in the face, and it wrecked my one eye.
Ow.
And they
Sounds-
had to repair it several years later.
oh boy.
Yeah.
When I was in grade 7, I was teeter-tottering with someone. I wasn't quite on, and she was a bigger woman, and I wasn't quite on it. I was like this, and I broke my collarbone.
Oh, ouch.
I fell off. Yeah.
And that's probably why they've now banned teeter-totters.
That's true. I haven't seen one in like
No.
10 or 15
Oh.
years.
They don't exist anymore.
Tetherball.
Didn't
I
realize that.
I caught one with my nose.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
dear.
I loved tetherball. It was fun. So, are we back? We're back.
I was
Yes.
more into climbing tires when I was in elementary school.
All right,
I
people,
combined
do
that
you
my
have questions
Back to
prepared
the
about the
script.
show?
I don't have questions prepared, but
I was
What?
just looking at some trivia, and so I just want to say that.
Yes,
So
trivia queen. I do have a question for you. So what inspired this then? Do you have that in your trivia box?
just telenovelas, I think. I was
It plays very
looking at
much
the,
like a telenovela.
I believe the wife ended up being Petra instead of Monica.
yes, that too.
Yeah.
That's what I was with. Yes, Petra, not Monica.
Like, when did that girl come in? Because I only saw the pilot when it first came out, and then like last year, I think was the last year it was on, or when my mom discovered it. So she was just binging it, and I caught her when she was in the last season, and I think watched the last like 6 or 7 episodes, and I got into it because it was a telenovela.
I would watch it again.
I watched this with my daughter. My daughter really liked it. And so we would sit and watch it.
Did the first episode end with somebody dying, or am I just like confused?
No, but they reference Louisa dying in episode 3.
Right. Yes.
There was like a guy that got like
Yeah.
impaled.
I couldn't remember if that was the
Spoiler
first
alerts,
episode or
ladies.
second.
Yeah, right.
Well, how does she die? Now I'm curious.
No, spoiler alert. No.
Well, they spoiled it themselves. I guess maybe I'll have to watch it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to watch it.
Is it on Netflix?
As this, yes, it is. As the script says, shush, pretend you don't know that she dies. I have my son calling, so I'm gonna step out for a bit here.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. So, Erin, you said you had some trivia?
Oh, I just pulled it up to see if I could find any, but here's one. The table read for the original pilot was on July 29th, 2014.
Oh,
And then filming began. Well, that doesn't make sense. The filming began on July 28th, but the table read was on July 29th. That doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe there was some edits.
Or
Reproduction.
do they include the table read in the?
I'm looking at the
Well,
Jane the
maybe
Virgin
there was
wiki.
like production things done on the
Yeah,
first day
maybe.
of filming.
I will say that one thing I really loved about this show was no matter who the villain was, because there's a lot of villains in the show, you end up loving every character.
Oh,
It's
that's
like-
I like that when that happens.
Yeah, like every character is lovable and you end up like loving them, but also hating them at the same time, but not wanting
Right.
to hate them.
That's good. I like.
Um,
I
What
haven't watched enough to see that. Sorry.
what voices have you done over the you're a voice actor, so have you been in anything like we would know or anything?
Which one of us? There's a couple of us.
There's a few of
A
us.
few of us voice
I'm
actors.
talking to the girl in the gray hat. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
I'm
Morgan?
Morgan.
Oh, Morgan. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm about to be in a Buffy the Vampire Slayer spinoff.
Wait, what?
What?
That's
Called
perfect
Spunkins
for you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's
How
with the
excited
original.
were you for that?
I will put
Very.
Morgan on my shoulders and walk her down. Walk her down the road so she can be seen.
It's with the original cast and directed by Amber Benson. So
Wow.
I'm
Oh, sweet.
super excited for it to come out.
Wait, is it a in-person show
It's
or is it a
no, it's an audio.
animated?
It's a episodic audio series.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
congrats. I wish I knew about that. I would have applied.
Yeah, same.
What
That's sad.
character do you have? What character do you play?
I played 4 different characters, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet.
Okay, okay.
You didn't hear anything. La la la.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
great.
congrats. Yeah.
And everyone else who's been in one, do you want to say?
Oh gosh, I have to pull up the resume. Give me a minute. I can't remember everything.
I'm in a bunch of audio dramas, but none to that IP level.
I'm in an audio drama that I can't quite talk about it yet, but I'm recording it at the moment. But I can talk about my past stuff for you if you like. I was in a mini series called Angel Dust that's viewable on Amazon Prime, and I'm in episode 2. I'm a character called Kim. I was a character called Blender Girl in the Hadley Projects. That's only been to one film festival. That's not out yet. I was a character called Ava Thompson in a short film called Endless Winter, a Star Trek fan film production that's on YouTube. I was a sci-fi con attendee in a French film called Nouveau Arrivants. I played Trekkie Feud with Star Trek celebrities during lockdown.
What's Turkey Feud?
Trekkie Feud is like a
Trekkie
Star
Feud,
Trek
okay.
version of Family Feud.
Okay.
I played with J.G. Hertzler, Robert Picardo, and a bunch of Star Trek fans. I did a lot of work with a Shakespeare reading group. I started in a play as Priscilla Pringle. I did some Zoom Shakespeare during lockdown. I was an Elizabeth Taylor impersonator. I performed in show choir for like 3 years. When I was in high school, I was a villager in Fiddler on the Roof. I was in a grade 4 play. I was the Academy.
Okay.
I can show.
You're going to go on for an hour. We don't need to hear everything. We'll look at your IMDb.
I'm sorry. I've been in entertainment since I was about 8 years old. Sorry. My resume is quite long. I'll post a link to it.
Yeah.
I been wanting to break into that genre, just to like either get my name out there. Yeah.
So next week we will be reading Chernobyl.
Oh.
Chernobyl, the pilot of it. And I've never seen it and I don't know anything about it.
So you not know anything about Chernobyl?
I mean, I know
just the
Chernobyl, the actual place and the horrific thing that happened, but yeah, which it's so interesting to like, because some people will go in there and take videos and that, which
they're not supposed to. It's
quite a risk. Oh yeah, I know. But it's interesting to see all the videos and pictures and everything of that. So, oops, that's not what I wanted to open. So any more thoughts about this script? And
does anybody know if the dad, Rogerio, I think Rogelio, is the same person as the narrator?
No, he's
He's not?
not.
Okay.
You find out at the very last episode.
Lala, don't tell. Don't tell us.
You find out who the narrator is?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's worth watching the whole way through.
Yes. it
Okay.
is.
Good to
I
know.
would like to watch it again now.
I watched 3 episodes at my friend's place last night. So
Mm.
yeah,
I did just see another movie with the woman who plays Jane called
yeah.
Awake, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because I've only seen her as Jane the Virgin, and now in this other movie she's like this action hero badass.
Oh
It's like,
wow,
it's like to see that switch.
that's neat.
Yeah. I
It's
like
quite a concept to have.
I just want, I mean, I just wonder if this would actually ever happen, someone accidentally gets pregnant with another. I don't know, maybe not. What do you guys think?
I think it's possible to have happened or to happen.
You know, we've got legal standings that have just been put in place. I don't know if it was recent, but they had to make laws to prevent doctors from inseminating women with their own sperm.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah, because there's been several doctors
Yeah.
that were fertility doctors who just used their own stuff,
Seems
made
terrible.
all these babies in the town. There's a couple documentaries about it.
Goodness. Then they would have like a whole bunch of half siblings in
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think there was just something in the Netherlands, and they actually made that part of the law was like the charge was something like for endangering society with the chance of incest.
Wow. Yeah, totally.
They had a show about that a couple years back.
It's happened a few times.
Yeah.
But that's with women that know they're being inseminated.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Well, it's 9:00 here where I'm at. Is that a good time to say goodbye till next week?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yes,
It
I'm
was
sorry for
fun.
rambling, by the way. I
Oh,
just
no.
didn't realize how much it was and still
I know. It's
started
pretty
talking
cool.
about it.
Like, wait a minute, we're gonna be here an hour and I want to get to bed at some point. So
It was fun being a part of it. Thank you.
yeah,
for
thank you
having
for
me.
Yes,
coming.
I enjoy coming here every week and enjoying all of your company, and I enjoy.
And thank you, Peter.
Yeah, Peter,
Thank
you're
you.
you're just a P right now, but
You're
I
awesome
can't
to have
figure out
you.
my camera, so yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I don't know how I might be able to. Probably not though.
Thank you for inviting me. That was
Yeah,
fun.
please come back.
I already signed up for next week.
Yeah,
Oh,
sweet.
excellent.
There you are.
Hey, there we are.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great to have you both. All
What
of
do
you.
Angelina, he's a red shirt who survived the read.
He's a pardon? A red
He's a
shirt?
red shirt who survived the read. It's a Star Trek joke.
Oh,
I don't know if you got that or not.
I didn't,
did.
but
Not until you told us. No.
yeah.
And it's more orange than red, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, Peter is a massage. He's in for massage therapy. So
Mhm.
That's
I don't know
cool.
if maybe I shouldn't have shared that, but
That's okay. That's how it happens. So yeah.
That's
yes.
cool.
Where do you live?
Actually,
Calgary.
he lives in Calgary. Oh, can I say that?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I
Hey,
live in
Mike.
Calgary. You're off the hook.
My
It's okay.
brother lives up there.
I have lots and lots of family up there.
I have
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, I was actually born about half an hour away from there. So
Oh, yeah.
We
So, yeah.
keep coming back.
We
but
need
yeah.
to get a massage wherever he is on the, I don't know, for me, he's down there.
Oh, did you say I need to come back? I've thought about coming back to that area a lot.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, just doing just by finishing my last. Well, I just finished one semester. I'm just in my last one after this. So
awesome.
yeah. So yeah,
And then
You
That was
know, a
wonderful.
way to strengthen your hands is to do a lot of typing on computer. It strengthens your hand for massages.
I have also been a competitive power lifter for 35 years. My hands are they're doing okay.
Hands are good.
We're strong.
I'm gonna have to call it early tonight. I've got.
Oh yeah, we're all
Honestly,
saying
all
good night here right away.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for a lovely
Yes.
night, guys.
We will
Night.
see you all later.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Have a good
Good
night.
night.
Bye. Bye.